Potential presidential candidate Jeb Bush getting a critical campaign endorsement from his own mom, the former First Lady, joining an event in Florida over the weekend by way of video link. Barbara Bush saying, quote, "Jeb, it's Mom. Listen, what do you mean too many Bushes? I changed my mind," end quote. Ed Rollins, a former Fox News contributor and a former 1984 campaign manager for the Reagan-Bush team. How are you, Ed?
Great, thank you. How are you?
You know her quite well. And her perspective is so unique, too, as a former First Lady.
Well, she's not only First Lady, she's the mother of a president, in addition to being married to a president. She's seen it from the inside, and it's not West Wing like on TV. It's a very tough job. She saw her husband sort of get Reagan's third term, do a very effective job, and then get chastised and rejected by his own party. 29% of Republicans did not vote for Bush when he ran for re-election. She saw her son basically get into office, do a lot of meaningful things, and really go out as a very chastised president at the end of the day. So, you know, she's seen it. You want that for your children is sort of the premise.
So she understands the burden.
She understands the burden. You know, she's obviously a good political spouse, and she'll do what's right. But I think her earlier comments were truthful comments. She would have preferred him to live a different life, having been a governor, having made great success. And I think she likes the role of being a grandmother and not necessarily the first grandmother of the country again.
Just so everybody, just a reminder, it was within the last year where she said, "We've had too many Bushes," and that suggested she did not want Jeb to run, and apparently there's been an about-face.
Well, obviously all the friends are on board. He's a serious candidate today. He could easily be the nominee and the next president. Long, hard way to go, and I think to a certain extent she's just being realistic. And as I say, she's someone who always is very candid in her remarks. I think at this point in time, her remarks are truthful. She really, now that he's in there, she'll support him all.
But you know, there's a risk here too. And she understands that. He may not get the nomination.
He may not get the nomination.
He could get the nomination and lose.
And obviously the Bush legacy becomes not three presidents in the same family, two presidents that are perceived as having lost, and a son who may be one of the most capable ones of the Bushes not making it.
I want to show you some polls, okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Marist polls over the weekend, Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. Look at the commonalities we find. You ran Huckabee's campaign in 2008. He was a winner. Bush and then Scott Walker check in 2 and 3. Scott Walker, the Republican governor from Wisconsin. Here it is in New Hampshire. Bush, Walker, and then Rand Paul, number 3. South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, the state son, is number 1 at the moment. And Bush and Walker follow at 2 and 3. The commonalities are pretty obvious. Well, it's Bush and Scott Walker.
I think Scott Walker has jumped to the forefront in the last month. He's a very solid candidate who's won 3 times in the state of Wisconsin in the last 4 years. Has a national fundraising base. Has put some really first-rate operatives in there. Yeah, it's a wide open race. Polls today don't matter a whole lot. They do a little bit to help raise money, but those 3 are going to be players. And I think at the end of the day, there's 2 or 3 others that'll be in there. I mean, there's going to be 20 people talk about it. There'll be 5 or 6 that'll be there all the way.
Jeb Bush's positive, negative numbers apparently need some improving in order for him to be successful, but he thinks he can do it once people find out about his record.
He's an extraordinary talent. He won twice in Florida with over 55% of the vote. He got 2/3 of the Hispanic vote when he ran. He's a very innovative governor, conservative. You know, but he's been out of the game for a while, and most people just know him by his brother and his father. So I think at the end of the day, he's a superb candidate, and as time goes on, people will basically make their own judgments.
I bring that up because Walker's record is right there, and it's more current. Well, he's won 3 elections in 4 years in a blue state.
And the interesting thing that Walker has said, he said the Iowa Summit where he did so well, everybody else is talking about what they're going to do. I'm going to talk about what I've done. And he's got a very strong record. You compare his record to Christie or someone else's. I mean, he's gone in there and done what he said he was going to do.
Ed, plenty of time to talk about this again, okay?
Good, my pleasure.
Great to see you this morning.
Thank you very much.
Ed Rollins
Take care.
Here in New York. You bet.